Hey everyone, excited to be back for this week's edition of Frequently Asked Questions for Commercial Real Estate. As COVID has begun to kind of dissipate and people are starting to get back out there and back to work, we've seen a significant uptick in people who are looking for office condos. And so in today's video, what I wanted to do was talk about some of the things you need to consider as you're going through the process of buying an office condo for your business. And typically those individuals who are looking to buy office condos are, accountants, lawyers, other types of service professionals that may need a centralized office to locate at. And it could be anywhere between, 800 square feet to, 5,000 or more square feet of space. So in today's video, we're going to go through some of the things you need to consider prior to you actually pursuing and ultimately closing on an office condo property. But before we dive into this video, I would greatly appreciate if you could like and subscribe to this channel. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message and learn about the many facets of commercial real estate. So now that you've done that, go ahead and like and subscribe below. We'll go ahead and dive right into this episode. Okay, so like I said, we've actually had a significant uptick in requests pertaining to securing an office within an office condominium. So what I'd like to do today is talk about 3 things you need to consider as you're going through the process of identifying office condos. So let's imagine that you are an accountant and you have 1 or 2 other accountants that you work with and you're looking to establish an office presence within your market. Your desired office square footage is in the 1,000 to 1,500 square foot range, and you're starting to look at different options within your market, and you're interested in locating in a particular area. So typically the first thing I recommend people do is that once they identify office space is that they look at the condo docs. Now, the condo docs that I typically request when we're looking at these types of properties is the P&L statement for the association, and then also the bylaws. Now, the reason why you want to request these documents is, number one, you want to make sure that the condo association is well capitalized. What that means is that they are charging enough in condo fees to be able to cover all the major expenses within the property. Granted, if you're in a building that is a large office condo property, there are going to be major expenses that come up, like roof, the structure repairs, maybe landscaping or trash pickup, etc. And so you want to make sure that the P&L statement looks good enough so that you're not worried about maybe 5 or 6 years into you buying the property. Now they're doing a huge spike in condo fees because they didn't account for various other capital expenditure items that are coming down the way. And that's happened before in a lot of situations, so you really need to be careful about that. So reviewing the P&L statement is extremely important. Along with that, the bylaws. Now, the reason why bylaws are so important and restrictions within the bylaws are important is that, you want to make sure that the rules within the condo allow for particular uses and also maybe even restrict certain uses as well. I've seen condos in the past that have very restrictive bylaws which limit the amount of uses that can actually be on site. A lot of the times they don't want uses that have a lot of parking or masseuses or any type of smoke shops, etc. And I've also seen the other side of the equation where it's a lot more loose, which may allow for uses in the condo that may or may not be beneficial for your use. Now, if you're an accountant, then maybe located in a condo that primarily hosts professional services, may be wise for you to consider as well. So looking at the P&L statement and the condo docs, or the bylaws, I should say, are usually the starting point when you're looking at these types of opportunities. Number 2 is the major mechanicals within the unit. Most of the time in office condos, you're not going to be responsible for maintaining the roof, the structure, exterior landscaping, trash pickup, etc. But you will be responsible for repairing and replacing your furnace, the AC unit, water heater, etc. So when you look at some of these office condos, understand that this is the case, and make sure that the useful life of those units are in line with what the asking price is. If the asking price is a top flight asking price given the comps in the area, but the furnace is 20 years old and the water heater is on its last legs, then that gives you some wiggle room as far as the price negotiation is concerned, because those are some big expenses. So second thing is you're looking at these units, look at the major mechanicals, the ones that you will be responsible for, and make sure that they are in fact within their useful life. And if not, then that gives you an opportunity to potentially negotiate on the price. And then finally, number 3 is to look at the comps in the area. This is what someone like myself, a commercial real estate agent, can do. Anytime I'm looking at office condos for one of my clients, I'll look at the area within a 1 to 3 mile radius to see what the price per square foot of some of these office properties are. And the good thing about doing this is that you look at different condos within the area and you get a feel for what the asking price per square foot is. And a lot of times we have access to sale data as well, so that we know exactly what things sold for as opposed to just the asking price itself. So, get some healthy comps as far as what the area is concerned, and then compare them to the subject property. So there may be, an office condo property that, is $150 a square foot. It's like a really nice office property in this area. And maybe there's another one that's below quality, I should say, pertaining to the subject property that's $100 a square foot. So you know that you're probably somewhere in between those values as it pertains to what your offer price should be. So that's what usually I do as a commercial real estate agent. So if you were in the market for looking for office properties, especially office condos, I've done several transactions in the past and I'm very familiar with the process. If you're in the Louisville metro area or surrounding areas looking for those types of opportunities, feel free to reach out to me. My number is 502-536-7315, or you can reach me via email at raphael@crisantigroup.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope it was helpful to you. If it was, please like and subscribe to the channel because it helps the YouTube algorithm and ensures more and more people can hear this message. So thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you all next time.